We've been learning to multiply and practicing recalling our times tables quickly. Today we're going to be looking at patterns in times tables, focusing on the times 9 and the times 11 today to see if we notice any patterns that can help us with our times table. So I've written out the 9 times table, and you can probably notice that in the ones column, I'll just put an O there to stand for ones. As we go down, we subtract 1 each time. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's make that a bit clearer. 1, 0. And then when we get to 0, it begins again, starting with the 9 here. And then in the tens column, if I just put a T for tens, you'll notice that whilst there's no tens here because one lot of 9 or one group of 9 or 1 times 9 or 1 multiplied by 9 is 9, as we go further down, we are adding 1 10 each time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then it's slightly different when we get to 11 times 9, okay? You'll see that the answer to 11 times 9 is 99. There are some other patterns actually, some quite useful patterns that help us work out the 9 times table randomly as opposed to having to write it out to calculate the answers. So if we look here at the answer for 1 times 9, it's 9. When we look at 2 times 9, if we add these two digits together, okay, so if I put an add sign in there, 1 add 8, it equals 9. And then if I go to 3 times 9 and I add 2 add 7 together, it equals 9. If I go to 3 and 6, add it together, of course, you've guessed it, it equals 9. And that is the same all the way down when we get to 10. When we get to 10 times 9, the answer is 90. And if we add the significant digits 9 and 0, we get 9. Let's have a look at 11 times 9 and 12 times 9. Well, the answer is 99 to 11 times 9. And if I add 9 together, in fact, I might turn my board around and do it here. So if I add 9 together, it's 18. But then if I keep going until I get down to a single digit, 1 add 8 equals 9. Isn't that interesting? And then let's look at 12 times 9. Well, 12 times 9 is 108. And if we add 1, add 0, add 8, it makes 9. Now, as well as this being quite fascinating, it's something we can do to help us work out our times tables very quickly, because you might have noticed something else. If I wanted to work out 8 times 9, for example, if I subtract 1 from the 8 and put a 7 there, and then I think to myself, what do I add to 7 to make 9? Well, the answer is 2. So you see how quickly I can work out the 9 times table. Let's try 5 times 9. If I take away 1 from 5, the answer is 4. And then if I think to myself, what do I add to 4 to make 9? The answer is 5. Okay? Again, a very quick way, if you know your number bonds to 9, to making sure that you can work out the answers. So if I look at 9 times 9, if I take away 1 from 9, the answer is 8. And what do I add to 8 to make 9? It would be 1. Okay? Now, 10 times 9. We can use another strategy here. We've already worked out how to multiply by 10 and remove the significant digits one place to the left. Or, as some of you like to say, when it's a whole number, we add a 0. So, if it was 10 lots of 9, so we're multiplying the 9 by the 10, okay, we would write 90. But still, as you can see, 10, take away 1 is 9. Okay, and then of course, if we've already got 9, we just need to add a 0 there, okay? 11 times 9. This is where the pattern ends, okay? The answer to 11 times 9 is 99. So you can use the strategy that I just taught you up until 10 times 9, okay? So I'll remind you what that strategy is. If we go back up to 6 times 9, you go to the number that you're multiplying by 9, you take away 1, in this case 5, and then you think about what do you add to 5 to make 9, and the answer is 4. So 6 times 9 equals 54, okay? So there's also a way that you can use your fingers and your hands to practice the 9 times table. I will add a document explaining that to files. Let's now look at the 11 times table. Okay, so you just need to give me a minute to write it out, okay? And let's see, as I write it out, predict what the answer is going to be. And then, whoops, a daisy. Okay, you can predict what the answer is going to be. Okay. And I'll write the answer down. We'll see if there are any patterns. So 1 times 11, 11. 2 times 11 equals 22. 3 times 11 equals 33. 4 times 11 equals 44. Now I'll pause for a moment there because some of you may have spotted a pattern already. The tens column is going up in ones. The ones column is going up in ones. But also, when we think of our next one, 5 times 11, all we have to do is double the digit 5, which makes the 11 times table quite easy. 6 lots of 11. Yes, you've guessed it, we double the 6. When we're writing it down, we've just put 6, 6. 66. 7 lots of 11, 77. 8 lots of 11, 88. 9 lots of 11, 99. 10 lots of 11. Now then, the answer to 10 lots of 11, and again, we can use our multiplying by 10 strategies. So we take our 11 here, write that down, and put the 0 on, is 110, okay? So the pattern ends there. So this is really, for the rest of the 11 times table, the point where you need to remember the answers, if you like. So, 11 times 11. Now, if I know that 10 lots of 11 is 110, all I need to do is to add another 11 to 110, because we want to know, here is the answer to 10 lots of 11, and we want to know if we add another group of 11 what the answer would be. So you've probably worked it out already. 110 add 11 would be 121. Okay, and then for the last one we can do the same again. So if we're able to work out 11 times 11 and remember that it's 121, we can then say to ourselves, 12 times 11, we'll just add another 11 onto that. So the answer to that, as I'm sure you've already guessed, is 132. And that is the 11 times table. So good luck with your calculations today. Try and remember these patterns, and you can use these to help you. But once again, you use any strategy that you're comfortable with. Good luck.